Yay! Hey guys, I'm back. All right, you're gonna have to give me a break today because I literally flew in like 5 hours ago um, from Paris, so I'm a little out of it on a totally different clock right now. But I missed you guys, so I wanted to hop in and chat. I have a few questions I got to answer, and I just honestly I felt like I haven't been in here in a while, so hello, I'm back. If you guys haven't been able to ask any questions or you've been holding out, if you want to come on and pop them in the comments, I'll try to answer them as we go. Otherwise, ask them either in the comments or in the group, and I'll get to them next week for Hoerner Happy Hour per usual. So a little early today. I know I have to go pick up my puppy. She's at boot camp, puppy boot camp. So quick side note, we've had her, she's not a puppy, we've had her for about a year and a half. Some of you guys have seen her walking in the background, and she's not the best trained dog because I just let her do whatever she wants. So we brought her to puppy camp for a week, and apparently she's supposed to be like perfectly trained when we pick her up. We'll see about that. Anyways, I'll keep you posted on that. So I'm gonna jump right into some of these questions because I don't have too much time, but I always do this. I want to remember who asked me about the emotional theme. So for anyone who doesn't know or was maybe a little bit confused by that question, emotional themes are what I teach in the P.O.E.T method. So I apologize, I can't find who asked this question. Where is it? Kelly Summerfield. Thank you, Kelly, for this question. It's awesome. So the P.O.E.T method, if you didn't take the course, by the way, you can check it out, katehoerner.com if you are interested, but it's a whole course, very thorough on how to write class profiles and design a class. So I tried to include everything and anything that you guys have asked me in the past, and it's all bundled up in a course. The way I break down the P.O.E.T method, P.O.E.T stands for physical objective and emotional theme. So those are kind of the two big things that you have to plan in order to get a class prepared in the best way, I think. Now this is all how I do things and what I believe about planning a class, so you may disagree, but I think an emotional theme is so crucial to designing a good class. People don't come to us just to get the workout anymore, right? We have to give an experience. We have to deliver something. We have to they come in feeling one way, right? And we want them to leave feeling a totally different way, hopefully better. So we have to have an idea in our head about what we want to teach. Now, as you get more experience with this and more experience teaching overall, I think this becomes a lot more natural. You're able to channel your feelings and your whatever is going on in your life or whatever you feel like you want to use to inspire people, and you're able to communicate that in a way that makes your class better and kind of, again, makes them leave feeling better. But it is about that experience. So if you can't get into it and you can't find your theme, you can't find your emotion and deliver it, then they can't either. So I think it is really important. They come to us for the inspiration, we have to deliver it. Now, the shitty part about this, excuse my cursing, is that the certifications that we get, and let me know if this is not true for the certification you got, because I've yet to find one that teaches us how to do this. They don't teach us how to channel our emotions or deliver that inspirational part of class. It's almost like you need an inspirational speaker certification to be a cycling instructor, right? Like that's a big part of our job. We're supposed to be able to deliver inspirational speeches, more or less, sprinkled in throughout our ride. So it's really crucial to understand how to do this stuff. So Kelly, I think I can give you as many themes as you want, but I do think it has to come from something personal. Because if you aren't feeling it, and same for like me a month ago, I wouldn't want to use the same theme as I would right now. Right now, I'm on a high from my vacation. I'm super thankful and grateful that I got to go. I got to see the Northern Lights. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. Amazing, bucket list item checked off my list. My class actually on Saturday is going to be Northern Lights focused, so I'm doing like all about lights and stars and whatever. But I'm going to make that class, that theme is probably going to be about just being grateful for the that's a theme that I use a lot, but it's channeled in different ways. So obviously coming from my trip and experiencing natural beauty and experiencing just time away from the busyness of my life and really shutting down and turning off, that's probably going to be what I talk about a lot. You might have something going on. I know a lot of you know that I lost my stepmother recently. So a lot of those classes, when I was going through that, were about finding strength in my family, in myself, in my time alone, in my dog, and in general, just kind of finding strength and pulling on that and finding support and being appreciative of that support and just thankful again. So it's really going to depend on what you're going through. You could talk about defining your why. I'm sure yours is going to be different from everyone in your class, but if you help them understand what it means to have a why, right? We talk about that once in a while. You could talk about, one of my themes I use a lot is just being positive, and especially in the way that we talk to ourselves. So I'll tell people, I want you to say this to yourself in your head or even out loud if you want to. I am strong. I am confident. I am powerful as all hell. I'll give them statements that they can say to themselves. And I'll explain that, when you say stuff like that, whether it's in your head or out loud, when you talk to yourself in a positive way, it makes a huge difference in your life, in your day, whatever. So I use that one a lot, especially when I can't think of other things that I want to do, because that I think is so powerful. And I think we tend to talk to ourselves in really negative ways. So reminding people of that constantly is good. You could talk about just being excited for life, being excited for that class, being excited about the fact that they have strong legs and a strong enough body to be on that bike and be in that class with you, being excited that they have the money to be in that class with you, the support, the whatever, the time. Faking it till you make it. You could talk about that. I mean, there's so many different ways, but it really kind of has to come from a place of channeling your own emotions and what you're dealing with, what you're going through, positive or negative. You can use both of those and draw on a theme. So this is a whole section of P.O.E.T method. Kelly, I'm assuming you did it given your question. If you want more, I'm happy to give you more. Maybe if you want to get a little specific about what kind of themes you've done and what worked and what didn't, we can kind of drill down and figure out maybe how to make it a little bit broader or whatever. Hopefully this was helpful. I could go on forever about this. That's why I did a whole course on it. I could probably have done a whole course on just the emotional theme, to be honest, but let me know if you want more here, because I'm happy to give it to you. Elizabeth asked, this is a quick one, and I think a couple of people answered you already, Elizabeth, but you asked about merging playlists on Spotify. So what I would do here is go to the playlist that you want second. So let's say you have songs A through M in one playlist and N through Z in a second playlist. Go to N through Z, highlight, so you can click on the top one, hold down Shift, scroll down to the bottom and click the bottom. So it highlights the whole thing. And then you can right click and add it to playlist and add it to that first playlist. So it'll just add it to the bottom. I'm thinking that's what you meant by merge playlists. That's what I would do. I think that's the easiest way. I don't know if anyone else gave you that advice already, but let me know if you have trouble with that. I'm happy to put like a screen flow or something. What's my last question? Oh, so somebody, actually in our studio, one of our newer instructors was asking me about avoiding a robot voice when they get up there on the podium. So this is actually a really common thing, and I'm impressed with her for having the wherewithal to even recognize that she does that and ask that question. I think a lot of us, whether you're a newer instructor or a really experienced instructor, you might get up there and it just be like an off day, and all of a sudden you're a little rattled by being in front of everyone and you turn into a robot. Or if you're brand new, it's just probably something you're going to have to learn to get out of, because you're probably going to be robot a lot. So what happens is when our nerves kick in, we try to just channel the logical side. Okay, I have to go through my warm-up. I have to describe this. I have to explain this. The problem there is It's really hard to get out of because we really get in our own head. What I would say and what I do, because yes, this still happens to me a lot. If I have like a full class and maybe I'm feeling a little off for the day, when I get started, sometimes I'm a little bit just like, spooked. And I had a really hard time when I first became an instructor at getting in front of people. I'm a terrible, terrible, terrible public speaker. This is easy for me because you guys, I can't see your faces, but the spin room is really the only place where I can be comfortable in front of people. So it did take me a while to get there. The things that I do, as soon as I hear myself go into robot mode, I shut up because silence is okay in there. I take a deep breath, I focus in, and I let myself kind of listen to the music. I pretend that somebody comforting or supportive is sitting on the bike in front of me. So lucky for me, it's dim enough in our studio that maybe I won't be able to actually see faces. I also don't have great vision. So I can fully pretend that that person is sitting right in front of me. When I do that and I focus on that person, once I get myself back into it, and I'm doing it as if I speak to them. So for me, it's my husband, right? Or maybe my best friend, or even my mom, someone that you really need to be coaching, maybe not the best person at cycling. So you see them and maybe you I don't know, you feel a connection or whatever. And then you can coach as if you're talking to them and what you would want to say to them. And then you kind of ease yourself back into it. For me, it doesn't take me that long to get back into it. I just need, one thing that gets me back because I've been doing this for so long. If you're new, that robot voice is going to stick for a while. So you're just going to have to be okay with the fact that it's going to take some time to get better. I know my thing is cracking a joke. If I crack a joke, then I'm usually, and if I hear one laugh, then I feel like, okay, I got this. That sort of thing is what helps me. It might be different for you. So it'll take a little trial and error, and that's kind of what it takes to be a new instructor, a lot of trial and error, as we all know, and even experienced instructors. So that robot voice does get better in time. You just have to kind of give yourself the space to test it out and test how to get out of it, right? Because it's going to be individual. So hopefully that was helpful. I think that's all I got today. Yes, Josette, silence is okay. By the way, silence is underestimated. You got to pick and choose where you use it in your class, right? You don't want to be in a hardcore effort and go completely silent on them. But there are definitely places where silence is super powerful and also preferred. We don't need to be talking to them the whole time, right? So we can have a whole different topic, a whole different discussion about that, but I think silence is very powerful. Okay, friends, I think that's all I got for today. I'm so happy to be back. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I hope everyone has a great rest of their week. See you later.